Hey everybody, welcome to another episode on the painting table. This week we're going to be focused on the I guess, follow-up to last week where I made an outrageous claim that I was going to be painting a whole bunch of Infinity stuff. And then I took a break after I painted a whole bunch of Infinity stuff and painted some Frostgrave stuff. So let's take a look at what's on my painting table for this week. All right, so two separate groups of guys this week. We'll take a look at the one I kind of made outrageous claims about first, and that's going to be my USAriadna stuff, my little USAriadna painting challenge I did with myself. So I got a chunk of stuff done, kind of the stuff I wanted to use in a list I was writing. And of course, because there's not a ton of USAriadna stuff out so far, I'm kind of waiting on the specialists box and some other minis that I needed to order in, some more Foxtrots and other bits and pieces. I'm mostly playing these guys in my standard USAriadna force right now. So first of all, I have these dog soldiers, or dog faces rather, that I hadn't finished in forever. They'd been sitting base coated for a long time, and I finally decided to get them done. So now they are finished. This guy right here, the one whose knife broke, I ended up converting with the chain rifle that comes off of the Spec Ops. So now I've got double chain rifle guy has double chain rifles, and then chain rifle and knife guy has a chain rifle and knife. So it's kind of cool because I know which one's which and who transforms into who. Then from the USAriadna box, I finished my Marauder and two of my grunts. So these two grunts right here, you can only have their AVA 2 in a standard USAriadna list. That's why I just powered them out first. My Foxtrot right here, he's an FO, calling an airstrike right there on his radio. And a Dozer that I just painted up in USAriadna colors because he's part of the list and also very handy because I didn't have my Dozer painted yet. So I was unable to do some, well, I do have a Dozer actually, sorry. I have the acrylite cannon one, the adhesive launcher, which unfortunately doesn't come with decharges. So she can do the engineering HVT and engineering, the retro engineering, classifieds, but she can't do the decharge one. This guy can do all three. So he can do sabotage as well, which is why I need to get him painted eventually. So I have, I think, 21 figs in that little paint bet. I've managed to clear 9 of them off my paint desk. I have 3 more that are base coated, which is my Isabel McGregor, my Tank Hunter autocannon, and my 112, my Doctor 112. So they're going to get finished hopefully next week. And then I'm going to start powering through the other stuff you saw base coated last week, which is the remainder of that USAriadna box. My Mirage 5. Of course, Durock's knife broke like right after I shot that other video, so I had to pin it. Let me tell you, I didn't even think I had a pin vice bit small enough, but I managed to pin Durock's knife back on. So hopefully it doesn't break again, because if I break his knife, I'm just throwing him away. Like, I'm not even finish painting him. I'm done with all of these breaking knives and all my USAriadna stuff. I need to get a bigger, better case for them, I think, which I've already actually done. And yeah, there it is. So there's my current sort of state of affairs for that little paint challenge for the end of September. I hope you guys enjoyed the update, but let's look at my other World End 1 Reaper mini that I finished for Frostgrave. I've actually played my first 2 games of Frostgrave now. One of them was off camera because Owen and I were just like one night needing to do something that wasn't on camera. So I've done 2 games now with this warband. And that means I need to hire some dudes. So I finished a marksman. This guy, believe it or not, it's a marksman. He's an otherworld assassin, but he's got a crossbow on his back there. And a marksman's like a fighty, wears armor version of a crossbowman. So I thought he would work nicely as a model. I painted my barbarian. She's a classic Reaper mini. She normally has throwing spears on her back. This is not the bones one. This is the actual old metal one. But I took the spears off because the Barbarian in Frostgrave doesn't have a set of throwing spears. And then Otherworld Knight here. He could be an infantryman too, but he's too heavily armored, so I'm using him as a knight. So he's just got sort of his colors painted on. And he's got a hand axe and then a like adventuring kit with like torches and stuff. And this guy right here could be an apothecary, like he's carrying some like powders and potions and stuff too, but I think he's actually gonna be my Sigilist apprentice. I'm not happy with it. It's funny, because I switched gears, because I needed to get stuff painted fast. I started off with a summoner, which I have the miniature for, and the girl apprentice was actually supposed to be his apprentice, so she's in like a totally different palette and color scheme to my Sigilist. So I painted this guy in the Sigilist palette, so they'll actually go together, and then when I paint Alhazrad, which is my my summoner, and I get around to doing all the demons and stuff to go with him, because that was the problem, was that there was a big model cost. Basically, I had to paint all kinds of extra stuff to go with him, imps and demons and things. So I switched over to Sigilist at the last minute. When I get around to doing him, he'll be in the same color scheme as her. So it bothered me that they were in different color schemes. So I'm swapping out Penelope. She's done with my wizard, and basically she's like, quit him. And now he had to hire this guy's apprentice. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it for my Frostgrave games. So you'll see the Frostgrave games soon after the series ends for Roadkill. There'll be Frostgrave games going up, and I just want to get sort of a bank of them going. I'm playing another game this coming weekend, which I'm super excited about with my buddy Jay. And so So yeah, that'll be upcoming, but there is the update on the Frostgrave stuff. I'm basically switching over to monsters now, although I found like the coolest wizard the other day when I was visiting a store, who I kind of want to do as a third warband, because that's just how I am. It'll be like Mordheim, I'll have like four different warbands and they go at the same time. Although it's a lot easier because you just paint an apprentice and a wizard, and you don't have to like do all the extra stuff when you're doing Frostgrave. You can just kind of have the soldiers all be the same. But anyway, there it is. There's my update for On the Painting Table for this week. Whoops, bonus round. I forgot a model. He was sitting on the shelf still and I didn't grab him. I finished my Spetsnaz HMG, which is converted out of the Spec Ops model for Ariadna. He's armored basically almost the same as a Spetsnaz guy, and I used the Spec Ops HMG with a little bit of conversion and elbow grease to make him into my most coveted there is no model yet conversion. The other way you could convert him is by buying the sniper and then using the arms off the new tank hunter to do it, but I didn't really like him being at ease with the pose. I just thought this would look cooler. Plus this guy has the cool gas mask and stuff as well, like a lot of the Spetsnaz guys do. So there's my Spetsnaz HMG converted from the Spec Ops. All right, so there's another On the Painting Table in the books. I got a chunk of my USAriadna paint challenge that I was just stupid and said on camera to myself. So now you guys are all gonna hold me to it done. And I painted some more Frostgrave stuff, which I'm having a lot of fun with. It's actually, I think this is a good bit of advice to anybody who's taking on a big painting project or like a time restraints painting project, something like that. You can really get beat down by a big project. I like to switch it up, and especially switching genres from like fantasy to science fiction. It really helps me to stay excited about painting, because I mostly paint at night after my kids go to bed and or when they nap, but they're not napping at the same time anymore. So that part of my life where you guys get like around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time updates where I'm like, look what I painted for 2 hours, maybe over. It may come back at some point, but probably not, because the older one's just gonna get older and the younger one's gonna nap and she's still gonna be awake terrorizing me and like destroying the house. So yeah, so you probably get them late at night now instead, but it means that I need to be excited and relaxing when I'm doing my painting, because it's the only time I get to paint. So doing different things, changing stuff up, that's kind of why I'm excited about the Frostgrave monsters. I have some more Frostgrave stuff coming in next week, just to round out the monsters and some scenario stuff too. It just switching between that, I don't get burned out, especially with like USAriadna. I'm already painting a lot of green. Or if I was gonna paint Space Marines or something like that where I'm painting a whole bunch of the same color and it's all kind of a similar model, if you just kind of like swap between projects, and that's a great thing about warband games is I can do that. I can do for small scale games, I can just paint a model, paint a model, paint a model, and not like have to power through like 50 or 60 guys, which is probably why you've seen me like taking a hiatus from my Stormcast. I don't feel like painting any more gold for a few weeks. It definitely helps. So there's a bit of painting advice at the end of the On the Painting Table. We'll see you for more On the Painting Table next week and whatever I get done. Until then, happy gaming.